Back once again for the renegade master. 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 Back once again for the renegade master.
Hello my renegades and welcome back, and we are back to Love is Blind UK season 1. We are now going to get into our episode 2, which was called Two's a Couple and Three's a Triangle. We shall see what went down. In this episode we'll have our conversation about it. But before we get into this episode, as I always ask, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that notification button so you know I'm on and doing videos. Please comment, like, share and do all the good things that you do, because you know what, I am on the road to 1k. Okay? Yes, indeed. Anyway, let's get into this video, shall we? So, we left on Sabrina providing her answer to Steve because he'd asked her to marry her. She left it on a cliffhanger, doing some whole spiel. I'm just like, do we need the whole spiel back? Can't you just say yes? It kind of went on for a bit. And then by the time she got to the yes, it was so anticlimactic. It was, yeah. I was like, lead with the yes first, and then whatever you have to say afterwards. I mean, because that was long. That was long. Anyway, so we have our first couple, Sabrina and Stephen. Basically Stephen said that he'd been on his knee for quite a while, which he was. She didn't realise that he'd taken a knee. She didn't realise that at all. And basically she said, oh, I should have led with yes first. Yes, no, Sherlock, yes, you should. You should have led with yes first. All day long to save the man from that. And to save our ears from all of that. Because I really thought she was going to freaking say no. Because the first bit started with a whole heap of doubt. Anyway, so we see Nicole basically talking to Sam and basically saying about Sam that he kind of scares her by what he's saying. And she has reservations and concerns about Sam in regards to him probably saying things that he thinks she may want to hear. But yet she then still says she's torn between Benaniah and Sam. I was like, wait, what? When did that happen? When did that happen? Because I did not think Sam was in the running at all. I am not feeling Sam. I don't understand why Nicole is not hearing the tone and the cadence and whatever else is going on with this man, because Sam has no communication skills in the slightest. He's carrying on like a dude who is literally trying so hard to get on a show, to get airtime. That's how he is carrying on with. So Nicole is basically saying that she feels giddy and happy with Sam, imagining them hanging out. I was like, people, please, telepathically, I was at the TV screen saying, Nicole, come on now. Seriously, come on now. You have the better connection with Benaniah. What game are you playing? Seriously, you can't be that. What's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? People, tell me. She can't be that way. She can't. Anyway, you see Benaniah and Nicole having a chat. And basically, when she's talking about Benaniah, she is saying that she does like him. And Benaniah really likes her too. So Benaniah says to Nicole that she fills his heart with happiness. And I'm like, okay, so when is she going to choose and who is she going to choose at the end of the day? So then we see a bit of Maria and Tom. At first, Tom was just like full on dad jokes, but Maria was liking what he was putting down at the end of the day, and she did laugh at him. So Maria is Moroccan and Muslim, and she was just happy to be there, and her family support her at the end of the day. Basically, Tom wants someone who is assertive and knows themselves, and that is definitely Maria. She ain't shy in coming forward at the end of the day. So Tom talks about his childhood and the fact that, again, we have another father who did a runner and disappeared, basically, and that kind of affected Tom's own relationships with other people going on. So Tom did show a vulnerability to Maria, and then she kind of opens up about her family in regards to her family her dad having terminal cancer, who she was quite close to. And he decided to visit Morocco to literally say goodbye to his family there. And that's when COVID hit. So he couldn't get back home. And then he ends up passing away in Morocco. So Maria still has that feeling where, you know what, she didn't get that time with her dad to speak to him and say goodbye to him properly. all I want to say is that these people will need enough space to heal these wounds, because death and being abandoned they're just biggies. They are difficult to deal with. So you see Tom and Natasha talking, and all I thought was his chat with Maria was a lot better. Natasha and Tom, for me, were more surface level, but you can let me know what you thought. Natasha did become a little bit vulnerable with Tom, but he did not reciprocate the same way as he did with Maria. So he didn't have that conversation with Natasha in regards to his family or anything about his family at that part, or any type of like hint of vulnerability at all. So I kind of think Tom already knew where his thoughts lay, but he just drawn it out a little bit too long in my books at the end of the day, because I think Natasha likes Tom more than Tom likes her. But Tom does think that there's something there with Natasha, but we'll see how that plays out, because I don't think it plays out very well for her. So Freddie is back with Catherine. So Freddie talks about the fact that he'd gone to a medium, and the medium had told him that he would get married with a person with a name beginning with C. So Freddie is basically setting down the ground rules with Catherine that if anything were to happen to his mom, he would be a caregiver for his brother. So someone, whoever he's with, would have to understand that role that he would then have to play for his brother. Catherine didn't necessarily say much in response to that, except to talk about the fact about she was adopted and how much as that's played into her own emotions, and you could still tell that still affected her today, because she's not managed to have those questions answered in regards to who is it that she looks like, and what were her family like, is she able to find them, so it still affects her to that day. So I don't know if she's managed to deal with any of the trials and tribulations that will come from being an adopted child, especially with the fact that if they didn't adopt her from birth, yeah, she may have gone through the care realms first, so she would have had that experience first, which is not always great upon a child. So, there's going to be some emotional issues that will come out from that completely. So Catherine mentions the other connection that she's had within the pods, but with Freddie, she says that she feels content with him. And then when she's talking, she was just about to say, I love you, but then stopped herself. I was like, yeah, Catherine be playing in these streets, because we all know the other connection she's talking about is Ollie. Now, bearing in mind, yeah, she feels and she's saying all these things to Freddie about how she has the better connection with him and and how she feels content in speaking to him, to the point of nearly saying, I love you to the dude. Yeah. But yeah, Ollie is still on her mind. She still wants Ollie. So Ollie is talking about how he's feeling confused. And he speaks to Demi more and is more in tune with Demi, and he's deeper with her than that of Catherine. So basically, he's talking to Catherine and he wants to know a little bit more about Catherine and her personality and her background and So he talks about, he asks her the places that she likes to frequent or to go to. So she basically told him where she went for her birthday. And Ollie starts laughing and she's like, well, what's the matter? So basically, he just turned around and he says, oh, so you're one of those girls? Because the places that she mentions, he said, are mad pretentious. They're full of pretentious people. Catherine readily tried to shut that down and said, oh no, it was a one-off, it was only for my birthday. I was like, yeah, no, I don't see that only being for your birthday, my love. I think you've been there a few times, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm sorry, but Catherine to me does give off the vibe of being a little bit pretentious, a little bit pretendy. So Ollie was honest with her and basically told her that there is another person that he is completely vibing with, so it was too early to rule anyone out. Catherine didn't like that at all, but I think Catherine is aware of who else Ollie is vibing with, and that's Debbie. So Catherine goes back into the room and starts to tell all the others how she felt about Ollie, not liking the fact that she went to a place called Cirque, believing that she may be pretentious, because their discussions have no substance at all. Ollie is completely different when he's talking to Demi to when he's talking to Catherine at the end of the day. And as Ollie said, for him, it's more of a sexual vibe, but he has the deeper vibe with Demi. So basically, it's also the flip reverse with Catherine. Catherine has a deeper vibe with Freddie, even though I think she's still a little pretentious there, than she does with Ollie. At the end of the day, with Ollie, I think it's more surface level. So Ollie's now talking to one of the dudes in the room about Catherine, and he basically says, with one girl on paper, everything makes sense, but his heart is pulled in another direction at the end of the day, which is the person on paper is Catherine, and where his heart is being pulled is towards Demi. So he needs to go where his heart is being pulled, and not the paper thing, because that's just superficial in and of itself. So we see Sabrina and Steve meet. First instances, they like each other completely. They have a slow walk, the hug, the kiss, and you can tell that they actually connected for real with each other when they kissed. And I'd say the engagement rings are a little bit better on this show than the other shows that I've seen, to be honest with you. He's bloody tall. Majority of these guys in here are tall, you know. Like, you don't realise how tall they are until you see them. So let's hope, you know, it's happiness for them all the way. So we are introducing Sabrina and Steve as the first couples to be going off on their honeymoon and to be engaged. So Jasmine is basically saying she still doesn't know if she wants Bobby or Sam, but she has major concerns when it comes to Sam. So Sam is talking about Jasmine, I believe, in the room before he goes and speaks to her, but don't quote me on that. He says, because he says to Jasmine, he has her name along with someone else, feels that the other doesn't know quite what he needs. Now, he's talking about Nicole in this, when he's telling Jasmine this. He feels that Nicole doesn't give him quite what he needs. The peep game, when I say that, yeah? Feels that Jasmine will be his rock in his life. And I'm like, mate, no woman really wants to hear about how that woman's going to be this rock in your life, because at the end of the day, you ain't even turned around and said what you will bring to Jasmine's life in return. Not a damn bean. It's all about Sam, me, I at the end of the day. So Sam, I think, believes in saying what he thinks Jasmine wants to hear, rather than be true to himself. He's going to get what he wants, but I don't think he does. Jasmine, you can see, ain't buying it though. So basically, Jasmine turns around after he's finished his whole spiel and tells him her apprehension with him. She has a gut feeling that he is telling her what he wants her to hear. Do you think Sam listens to what Jasmine says? Nope, that would be a no. He responds with frustration and anger about what am I supposed to do? I don't understand how I'm getting so lost in this. I'm like, yeah, that right there, that there shows you this man has no emotional intelligence in the slightest. He is not a mature person. He doesn't know how to deal with a conversation that is not going his way. I just yeah. But Nicole had that impression of Sam too, and I think most people watching it had that impression of Sam too. He's trying way too hard. I don't believe in Sam the person at all. He comes off fake. It's the lack of emotion for me. It doesn't flow from him easily like it does everybody else when they're having their conversations. Sam's is just very overt, like all these compliments and, oh, trust in me, I'm gonna be this, trying to believe his own hype. Yeah, nah, there's something off about this guy, something completely off. So he says everything that he was saying to Jasmine was real. I don't think so. Jasmine says she doesn't want to get hurt. She's very guarded. I believe, even though she has her doubts, Jasmine is still trying to contemplate whether she should give this man a chance, and I think she shouldn't. So Jasmine just basically turned around and says that she feels that he is giving her immature vibes, and I'm like, I agree with Jasmine. So we basically see Natasha again talking to Tom. I do like Natasha, to be fair. She's a bit of a nerd, but I do like Natasha. She does discuss things with Tom. But again, surface level. surface level, even though Tom appears to like her, and they're both saying there's this type of connection with each other, but they don't necessarily know what it is. I still think it's very much surface level with them two. So you see Tom and Maria together. I do like Tom and Maria together, I ain't gonna lie. I think with Maria, Tom is always laughing. There's deeper connection. They're always talking about deep things. They have a lot to talk about, and they make each other laugh. They're kind of like, she's kind of like his best friend and everything else rolled into one. That's how they continue with each other. And they do have that kind of hypersexual flirty banter as well, but also in the terms of getting to know each other, where we've Tasha, it's not like that. It's more like a friendship vibe, getting to know each other. They don't go deep, and their conversation is quite stilted from what I've seen, but you's like, let me know. Anyway, so you go back to the women's lounge, and Maria overhears Tasha speaking about Tom and how she feels about her connection with him. The look that Maria showed was not good at all, because she seriously didn't want to be in competition with nobody in regards to Tom. You see Jasmine and Bobby having a chat, and again, Jasmine is very different with Bobby than she is with Sam. She listens to him intently. He talks about how he lost 2 close family members, and basically he said he's there because, you know what, life's too short at the end of the day, and he wants to be thankful in regards to what he can do in terms of moving on with his life. Jasmine basically tells him that she wants to be a safe space. I think Jasmine's made her mind up, to be fair, about who it is that she wants and doesn't want. So Jasmine then decides at that point she's going to cut things off completely with Sam, because all she wants to do is be about Bobby. But Sam is going to be broken, and he ain't going to take that very well, because Sam wants to win with his arrogant self at the end of the day. He wants this way too hard, way too hard. So you see Sam and Jasmine have a chat, and Jasmine basically tells Sam, because basically Sam went in there full on hyped, saying all these things as soon as he walked through the door about the life he's going to give her, and that he wants to give her a try, and because I think Sam was going to ask Jasmine to marry him first. That's what I thought was going to happen, but that was never going to work out for him. Never going to work out for him. So Jasmine basically gets him to calm his shit down and tells him about how she has another guy who she has made a very strong connection with, and that's where she wants to be. And she wants to open herself up to one person. So basically she's ended things with Sam. Sam didn't like it at the time, but went with it. So it wasn't until Sam left the room that he threw his cup down in anger, then entered the men's room and started to cry, basically saying, I didn't see that coming. I was like, really, my love? You did not see that coming? We saw that coming a mile off. That girl was not chatting to you. That girl did not trust you. She even told you as much, but yet you didn't see it coming. Yeah, I think Sam's playing the biggest game. So then Sam's lying on the floor and being all self-deprecating, calling himself a mug and an idiot. And I'm like, at the end of the day, Jasmine did not give this man any signs that she was into him. Her last conversation told him she had concerns and reservations about him, but yet he's still playing like he's fucking heartbroken. I don't understand this man. I don't. So Sam now thinks, now that Jasmine, his first choice is gone, he goes to his second choice, Nicole, as his second option. I was like, nah, at this point, Nicole needs to pick Benaniah. Sam is too immature. Just his reactions alone there when he was talking, he's speaking like a child because he didn't get what he wanted. He threw a tantrum. Now, I know rejection hurts, but Sam had ample opportunity to switch up his play, and he didn't at the end of the day. So all I'm going to say at this point, this is where he's going to lay on thick with Nicole. That's what he's going to do. Sam now magically has clarity and wants Nicole. She's the one for him now. I was like, no, please don't do that. Please. So it's Ollie's birthday, and you see Demi make the effort. She makes him a card. She does him a cake. She fills the room with balloons. And Demi is basically saying that she is ready to get her man. Ollie loves the gesture. The fact that someone did that for him and don't really know him. He loved that gesture so much. Ollie wants Demi. He wants Demi. And Demi comes into the room, back in the room, happy as Larry, and says to one of the girls that she's happy and she thinks she's falling in love. You can see Catherine watching Demi from the opposite side of the room. And basically, this is the time that Catherine decides that she wishes to step away from the situation for Demi, because she can see how happy Demi is and how happy Ollie is making her. Because at the end of the day, Catherine has that connection with Freddie. She don't need Ollie at the end of the day. So Catherine is basically saying that her heart is saying Freddie. At that point, you see in the men's room that Ollie has made his choice of who he wants it to be, and he doesn't want Catherine. He actually wants Demi, but he doesn't need to worry about that because Catherine's made her choice now too. So you see Ollie and Catherine have this talk, and Catherine basically tells him he should go and explore the option with Demi, because she doesn't want to get in the way. There was no mention of she wants Freddie anyway, and she was going to end it with him anyway to make that work. So Catherine is basically putting herself out there like a martyr, falling on the sword to say, oh, I'm stepping away because I can see how much Demi is happy and this is needed for Demi. No, my love. No. Ali had already made his choice for Demi at the end of the day. You just didn't know that. You already made your choice for Freddie at the end of the day. Ali didn't know that, but yet you're going to make yourself the martyr and make it seem as though you're stepping away at the goodness of your heart. Nah, there's something going on with Catherine, and we will find out at the sooner episodes. I bet you anything she will still make a play for Ali. I bet you anything. So Catherine made it seem like she was doing Demi and Ali a favour when she knew that weren't the case. So you see Nicole and Benaniah, and she says she feels more romantically connected with him. And basically, it was at this point that I think flipped the switch for Nicole away from Benaniah, because she wanted from Benaniah a reassurance to know if he will propose, if he sees that connection. Benaniah blocked his blessing straight away because he was scared, and basically said he's not at a stage of him seeing them getting engaged just yet. That shut shit off for Nicole straight away, because she was looking for that reassurance from Benaniah. And I think if Benaniah had fed into it and gave her that reassurance, she would have stayed true to Benaniah. So I think Benaniah does overhear Sam talking like previously in regards to what has happened with Jasmine and the fact that he now is set his sights on Nicole. And my thing is, Benaniah needs to start blocking his own blessings and literally let this girl know how much he does like her and could potentially falling in love with her, because his connection is so strong with her. Sam is not for Nicole at all. We all see this. So I was just like, if Benaniah don't bite the bullet, Sam is going to do it. So you see Jasmine and Bobby meet up, and he gave her a little rap, but it was more like a spoken word poem. It was cute, it was nice. He tells her that he started to fall in love with her, and I'm just like, you know what, each and every one of these people are going to have all these speeches on how they are feeling about this person sight unseen and da. But my thing is how is that going to compute when it comes to them living together day in, day out, and then getting out into the real world? Is it still going to stay the same? Are you still going to see the person the way that you did the first time that you heard them, met them, whatever? Do you know what I mean? So Bobby asked Jasmine to marry him. She says yes. So now we have Bobby and Jasmine. I'm going to ask a question now, and it works both ways for the men and the women. Is there a hint of desperation for marriage? Because for me, Sam is showing some type of desperation in regards to getting what it is that he wants. And with the poor decision making that Nicole made as well, I'm thinking, is it the idea of marriage that you really want? Because don't forget, Nicole's already been married before and it didn't work out. So my thing is it the idea of marriage that you really want? It doesn't really matter the substance of the person that's giving it to you, as long as they're telling you exactly what you want to hear. Whereas with Benaniah, didn't tell her exactly what she wanted to hear at that moment in time, but told her the truth. She didn't listen to him. She felt like she shut down on him at that point in time when she had the most strongest connection with Benaniah. It just boggles my mind. All I saying is Sam needs to leave Nicole alone because he was gunning for Jasmine. He even told Jasmine that the other person that he was talking with, he didn't believe would meet his needs. But yet now all of a sudden he's all about Nicole because Jasmine threw him over. Yeah, so as I said, I told you already at the beginning of this is where Sam is going to literally start throwing words at this girl, love bombing this girl like no one's business and hoping something sticks. And that's what he did, coming in to the room, calling her his wifey, giving her his lucky bracelet. I was like, yeah, Sam's full of shit. Sam is full of shit. Sam is basically saying he don't want to sit in a booth with anyone else. I'm just like, this dude is trying way too hard, like way too hard. And Nicole is sitting there on the edge of her seat, literally falling for Sam's crap. He couldn't get Jasmine. Nicole is second place. She's literally the second place person in that. And he didn't want her in the first place. All I kept on saying when I was looking at the screen is, Nicole, don't do it. Please don't do it. Please don't go for this man. Please don't listen to this man's rubbish because he's not being true to you at the end of the day. So basically within that conversation, Sam was talking about how he couldn't wait to meet Nicole, run to her, kiss her, hug her, pick her up. So Nicole responded with, oh, pick me up. I don't know if you'll be able to. And then she stopped because she realised you can't really tell people about your physical sense or what it is that you may look like. Now, Nicole is not a big girl. She's not a big girl. But that's how Sam took that comment, because Sam then goes back to the room talking about Nicole's comment and how he felt it was weird. And again, Nicole is not big by any stretch of the imagination. And Sam turns around and makes the comment, now, I don't mind my girls with a bit of meat on their bones, but... And then I'm like, yeah, Sam's giving me the ick. Sam has given me the ick. I was just like, and Benaniah's sitting there, you know, listening to the superficialness of this man, listening to how this man is chatting this girl he supposedly has all this love and connection for and wants to be the best man for her. Do you know what Sam's giving? I've realised what Sam is giving. If you've watched the last Married at First Sight Australia, what was that bloody Asian boy's name? You know, the one with Natalie? When he was like, If you did watch it, someone needs to remind me of what his name is. Otherwise, I'll find out myself and I'll put it in the tag on the video itself. But yeah, him. That's who Sam reminds me of. He's the version of that man. Yeah. Anyway, so Benaniah basically wants to protect Nicole. So he has a discussion with Steve and asks him basically what should I do, and has that conversation with him. And Steve says, basically, you need to tell her because it's the right thing to do. And I think, in essence, it is the right thing to do, especially as Benaniah has these strong feelings for Nicole. And all he wanted to do was protect her. It's not the type of thing that he normally does, but he wanted to protect her. So Benaniah is basically saying that he's now ready for Nicole. He wants to take that step with her. And basically, it was feelings of fear that got in his way and basically made him block his own blessing in that sense. I kind of think it may be too late for him. I was kind of hoping that it wouldn't be, because I really didn't want Nicole to pick Sam, because I thought she can't be that dense that she can't see through the shit that Sam's doing right now. So you see Benaniah and Nicole go and have a talk. So as Benaniah is going in, Benaniah is talking about like that he wants to build this future with her and he wants to have that chance with her. And I thought, okay, is she going to say anything? Because I think she's kind of making her mind up in regards to who it is that she's going to go for, and she's going to make the biggest mistake of her damn life with the person that she does pick. So Nicole sounds like, when Benaniah finishes talking, that she's letting him down gently. So he tells her he has thought of a future together and he wants to be with her. So Nicole tells him about the other connections she's exploring. So Benaniah is then needing to speak to her about this connection because he knows who he is, and he's finding it very difficult to get his words out. So as he ends up doing, he turns around and he says to her, he knows the connection that she's building with is another guy called Sam. And from what everybody has seen at the moment, they don't believe that he's there for genuine reasons. At this point, this is where this episode ended. So it ended on another cliffhanger in regards to what it is that Nicole's going to do, because she's going to have to deal with that situation as it may. And my first thought was, Nicole needs to speak to Jasmine in regards to the situation that is Sam and actually get another view with this man, because he is not the man for her. Benaniah is the man for Nicole, and Nicole needs to recognize this, but I don't think she will. That is where that episode ended. I'll be back in quick succession with the next episode. As I always ask, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that notification button so you know I'm on and doing videos. Please comment, like, share, and do all the good things that you do, because I am on the road to 1K. And I'll speak to you all again soon. Peace out.